Hey there, welcome one and all to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I am one of your hosts for today, Morski, also known as Morski, and I will be playing my detective mom, Moria.
Beloved.
And I am joined here by the wonderful person willing to indulge me. You want to say hi?
Hi, I am Spec, Spectral Haunts, however you want to call me. I will be playing the sees all but thinks nothing, beloved private investigator Tome. He does. He perceives it all, processes it, none of it. It's lovely.
That's gonna be great. Cool. Alrighty. Well, it is another day in Village Town. The birds are singing. It's your good old Toonie morning. On Moria's end, she is still hanging out at the hospital with her boys because, man.
They need the company. They need the company.
Yeah.
A certain somebody messed one of them up.
That's one way to put it. But on that note, she is actually outside of the hospital, 'cause they need some decent food. They can only live on cinnamon rolls and curry for so long. And the eggs and toast she brought last time have been eaten, so she's out to go get a legit meal for them all for lunch. No, they're not having hospital food.
They deserve better than hospital food.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry.
And Azumi is looking after Camille at this point, so Moria is gonna go, yeah, I'll go grab some soup or something. I'll see you all soon. See, she's off. She is walking about town, probably getting her way to a nice restaurant she knows.
She's going to the soup store.
I mean, if they sell fresh soup there that's decently made, why not?
Oh God, there's not a brain cell up here with me today. I'm so sorry.
Good.
All right, I guess that means where is Private Investigator Tome? Well, you see, poor Tome at this point is starting to just consider moving to Village Town because the amount of cases he's been randomly getting assigned here, by his old boss.
Randomly.
Yeah, Tome is starting to look at the plot a little suspiciously because he's like, okay, before this, I never had a single murder case for Village Town, and I've had like a couple, and now I've had them enough that I have almost permanently moved into an inn. I feel like there's something going on here. And my old boss, who's giving me these, is saying that these are just random cases that he thinks might apply to my personal case. So either something's going on in Village Town, or the plot's looking at me and is trying to pull some shit.
Well, that's one way to put it, yes.
Oh, shit, I used up his one curse word of the day! Shit!
It's okay, Moria, so... Even if I player don't swear, Moria does swear.
See, I, the player, swear, but Tome is a T-rated toon, which means I have put on him the running gag. He can only curse once a day. So I'll say that he did that curse yesterday, but it's really funny because sometimes he'll curse because I'm accidentally cursing, and then you just hear him go, oh, fiddlesticks. My one curse word of the day, and it wasn't even used as in a cool... say the bad word, the bad butt. And he just starts, mumbling to himself. It's really...
goodness. If Tome does that in front of Moria, she's going to be so confused.
We love the idea of a Tome, of a toon having a censor on him. It's absolutely kind of hilarious. Anyways, Tome...
It is.
...has recently just finished up another case because he can't solve those on his own. I don't care what a little detective says. He can solve cases. You little shit. I don't care what you say. He has recently finished up another case of his, and he is kind of currently just wandering around Billstown. He's kind of starting to pick up. He should probably actually start to explore the city after he got lost the other day, so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is kind of just casually walking around. And I would say this is where he probably should make that dex, because I want to see how badly he face plants.
Yeah, sure. Roll dex, and I will roll contesting athletics, because, I mean, she's being tripped over. Do it at disadvantage.
I'm like, no, how dare you actually be decent for one. Thank you, Dice. That's more in character. I cannot. He he's starts to catch himself, and then in like a moment of bravery, and a moment of bravery, and not bravery, in a moment of like overconfidence, he trips again.
Oh my goodness. And so for everyone listening, Moria got a 14 by getting a nat 1.
It's beautiful.
I'm so sorry, Tome.
No, this is hilarious.
I think what happens is Moria's just walking, gets tripped over. She does manage to like hold whoever it is that trips for a moment, but she was really surprised, so just his coat slipped out of my hands, and you hear the thump as Tome hits the floor. There is like a beat of silence, and Moria turns over to this poor Toon face down on the floor and just, you alright there? Like, hand down, so that he has an easier time getting up. She can pull him up.
Oh my god. My tummy hurts after laughing too hard. Just hearing the
Rip Tome. Tome.
God, Tome just ate dirt, I guess.
Rip Tome. But hey,
yes.
there's a nice lady who you tripped over. She did ask you something, and like you can see her reach her hand out, like you can just grasp it and she'll pull you up.
Tome kind of rolls over and readjusts his hat, and kind of he probably takes it off. It's probably a little crumpled, and he just like does like that thing where like you know where you have to like air stuff out, where you just whack it and it like instantly pops back out into a perfect shape. And he just
just like flump.
Yeah, and he just puts it back on and looks up and goes, sorry, I'm fine. Really funny, you know? And he does take the hand, though, because Tome does not want to have his pride suffer anymore.
That's fair. I want to roll again, so... Holy blood! That was a nat 20! You get pulled up with 33.
Okay, so fun fact. Last time Tome got a nat 20 for someone to help pick him up, he flew into the wall. I will make this a gag.
Oh no!
Tome is very light. And that was a 33.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Tome. Literally, Moria's like, yeah, okay. Pulls him up, expecting, like, normal person weight.
Yeah, and Tome is easily lifted, and you just hear this little yelp as Tome is flung forward a bit. And with that 33, you probably catch him, but there is just that moment of, like, he goes off the ground, the 7-foot Toon is off the ground before he lands, and he's just kind of standing, legs a bit wide, eyes a bit wide, like, okay, I'm up now.
I'm just imagining more, like, Moria saw him flying towards him. Well, there is this moment of, what the heck? How is he so light? And just, other hand grabs him to hold him so he doesn't go flying, and just, like...
yanks him by the collar.
Just, like, There's a pause, just a pat on the shoulder lets him go, and like you can roll an insight if you want.
I'm
It's
so
not a high
rolling it
DC.
insight. Oh my gosh. That's a nat 20.
Okay, yeah, no, you know what? That's a hacking nat 20. I'll give you just a bunch of info about this lady in general. Like, yeah, okay, number one, she is really surprised at how light you are. Just like, man, tunes are built different.
Man.
You get this sense that, like, she has absolutely seen tunes and has been around them enough to start catching the hang of them, but, like, it's very clear she comes from a place where tunes were not the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Seems nice though. You kind of get the sense that she's just giving you a once over to make sure you're all right, and I can find a ref of her even, but like, yeah, 49-year-old lady. You know it, you've seen a fair few detectives. You're a private eye yourself. You get the sense that, oh, this lady seems to be a detective.
Yeah.
Wonder what she's doing in town.
Yeah. Tome internally, how do I have so many cases for this place when there's so many detectives here? Billstown, are you okay?
The answer is no, not in this universe.
There's
Anyways.
too many plot relevant detectives for it to be okay. This is the Gotham City of Toontown at this point. The amount of detectives makes the crime go up. Anyways,
Oh my goodness.
God. Tome blinks and gonna take all this in order. The first thing he does is he quickly realizes that him being so light was kind of thrown off, and he kind of just brushes himself off a little bit and fixes his coat slightly, and just kind of like neats himself down, because look at that man. He obviously cares about his appearance. If you look at that outfit. No worries.
Nice posh coat and everything. It's cool.
This is just not look like a man who explores places. Yeah, no, it's fine. Rule of Funny can mess with me a lot. It's probably my biggest enemy at this point. He says that with a little joking laugh. And he
okay.
Oh no, he has bigger enemies. Tome looks over Moria and kind of takes all this in because he is a perceiving person, so this is very in character for him. And he goes and he kind of rubs the back of his neck up a little bit because he rocks and heels. Goes, would you happen to be a detective?
Yeah, I would be. Well, good to see that you're all right, and yeah, Detective Moria at your service.
Your turn for an insight.
Okay, Dice. Yeah, please be kind to me, Dice.
Because it's been long enough.
27.
Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Tome doesn't. Yep, that would automatically. Tome's highest deception he could get would be a 27, and meets it, beats it. So, yep, you automatically pass that one. I want to see how badly does he fail at you, though. That would be really funny if he gets like a nat 1 or something. Oh my god.
26.
He does so good, but Moria's too good.
It's because she knows Izumi and Camille.
Yeah, that makes sense. That honestly makes sense. Points at why Tome needs to get higher stuff anyways. It's because of those two. Gosh. Tome.
We say this affectionately, but
yeah, no, I have said on recording 5 million times, disgusting little modifiers from the disgusting little child for Camille. Tome at this point very distinctly remembers his last conversation with the Izumi and Camille. I will not elaborate on it. That is another FPS. Plus, I do not actually remember the angst levels for this FPS. So we're gonna play it safe until the muses start getting violent. We're gonna play it safe until then. I can do a non-Angst Tome FPS. That's possible.
We'll see.
Don't tempt me more. Morski, don't do this to me.
It's fine. Maybe.
Anyways, so he's figured it's been a good while since they had that conversation because I know a good number of. Oh, he does. Gallery. Tome does have Morski's card in his hammer space right now. I'm not Morski's, Moria's card in his hammer space right now. He has 2 of Moria's cards in his hammer space right now because 2 people have given to him. No, get ready for this. He's considering the amount of other FPSs that took place after Tome's FPS with Camille. I can say it's been probably a good week or 2 since he visited. Yeah, he can come to a nice conclusion. Azumi has probably talked to Moria by now. Tome does not want that conversation right now, so Tome is gonna instantly sweat drop, and you can tell he recognizes you with that 27. He absolutely recognizes you.
The thing is, Moria never heard his name, so
Exactly.
she just sees this man is instantly nervous and is just, I swear I don't bite. I just happen to get collaboration cases funneled to me.
Oh, now Tome's torn because that is stuff that relates to his case, but also he does not want Moria to know who he is in case Azumi told her.
He did. She actually has his card.
Yeah.
But she only has a name on that card, yeah. I can imagine.
Oh yeah, he does not give a lot of information about himself because his specialty is pretty... well, you see, it's pretty specialized there. Tome kind of sweat drops and he goes, really? What are those cases like? And you can tell he is sweat dropping, kind of looking around like, how do I get out of this conversation fast enough? I would sprint, but I'm pretty sure she could catch me.
You would be correct. Anyways.
Would just yank him by the ear.
Like, honestly, with how anxious you are being, she is just curious now.
I will say, you can obviously tell this man is a detective because this man screams Toonish detectives outfits.
Yeah, that's fair. And also shout out to her 27 in insight.
Exactly. So you can, with that 27 insight, you can easily tell not only is this man nervous and recognizes you, this is a detective and he knows about these cases already.
Yeah, I think okay, with that, there's like a pause, raises her eyebrow, and you're a detective. There's no way you haven't read the news here in town. Don't bullshit to my face, please.
More sweating from Tome.
Anyhow, I did introduce myself, but I never heard your name. Who are you?
Private investigator Grim Tome, and he kind of mumbles it a bit.
Well, I still heard it, so I'm gonna say Moria still heard it, and there's a pause and... Oh, Azumi mentioned you to me.
And that's where I should start going, I probably guess. Okay, goodbye, it was very nice meeting you. I will catch up with you later. And he is already starting the book.
Let's go. Eat my 28 in athletics. You have been grabbed for the sleeve, like...
Oh... There's a comedic little swoosh as one of his legs goes out before he balances himself.
There's the impression Azumi gave me is that you aren't that bad a person. Why are you so nervous?
Well, I think the better question would be, what did Azumi tell you?
Man, what would Moria do?
Listen, Tome is very aware. First of all, Tome is still really annoyed with both Camille and Azumi, and I'm carrying that 27 insight. You can tell when he does talk about them, there is a slight annoyance in his voice. Along with the nervousness. Camille hasn't been mentioned yet, so don't worry about that. But with Azumi, there is still this slight annoyance whenever talking about Azumi.
I see. There is a, like, there is just another pause as you can kind of sense her just giving you a look and like...
This is a great
just
first meeting.
simply that... It is, isn't it? There's just admittedly, the most I know about you is that you happen to be a private eye. As I understand it, you look into paranormal cases.
Mystics.
I see. Okay.
He says it with like a little bit of cough, like they're technically mystics.
Okay. Yeah, no, like
no, you're good. It's so in character for him to do that. Mystics are not well known out in most of the universe, so you might actually have to do a possibly, what would that be? Just
investigation.
I think that could be like just a straight investigation or something, because I think you did mention you did some digging up on him in the background.
That's a 25.
Yeah. Okay, so while you were digging up, because I know we did mention in DMs the stuff that you got in the background between the FPSs, because that was a lot of shit. So that's also there. You also have all that you can use whenever you want to bring up. But with the 25, you recognize mystids are in fact not something very well known to the general population. They are they're almost like cryptids, but there's a lot more of a mystical element to them, and like nobody knows anything about them, and most of them are considered to be fairy tales.
Okay. I mean, on Moria's end, all of Einquell seemed like a fairy tale at first, so she's just...
God, I love Moria.
That's cool.
I love Moria so much.
Look, man, she comes from so far away.
I love her so much, though. She's so valid. Me holding Moria up. This is a beloved, everyone. Respect her.
Aw, thank you. Just... Yeah, no, she's... like, her genuine reaction to that was like, okay. And just, I'm afraid that's all they told me. Never pause, and I can see you've certainly had an encounter with Azumi.
Tome does relax some when you don't bring up a certain thing. So he's like, oh, okay, I guess Azumi did it. And with him relaxing, he does lose a bit of his annoyance with Azumi. It seems, and he just kind of rubs it.
To be fair, I do not actually know what happened in this FPS, so I'm just gonna set it down as Moria handshake me.
I will tell you because I think Azumi might have brought it up. And for our listeners, Azumi and Camille found out that Tome has been doing some extremely dangerous cases by himself because he doesn't want other people to get hurt. Like, was a hypocrite when he told Camille not to do what Camille did in his recent thing, kind of idiot. And so Azumi, and so his only response was, you are all too young to go on cases like that and put yourselves in danger. I am old and can put myself in danger. To where Azumi went, well, I know another old detective. Haha.
Surprise! Moria's 49. How old is Tome even?
Tome is late 30s, early 40s. The exact age is unknown. You cannot tell this. He looks to be somewhere in his 20s upon first glance.
Okay. Yeah, And Moria on her end is you're a good, all real kind human.
Yeah.
I think that.
So yeah, I feel like Azumi may have actually brought that up because that was a big thing.
You know what? Yeah, I'll need to talk with Avi about that later.
You can
Avi's
online if you want to take a 2-minute break to just see if you can DM them if they want. That'll give me time to.
The thing is, though, even if Moria did know, I do not think she'll openly say that because of how skittish this man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, no, he's very.
I don't know if he's remembering. I'm sorry. I should ask.
Man? Question mark?
Actually, I should ask that. Sorry. What are his pronouns? How does he like to identify?
Putting that in quotes later. I am putting that in quotes later because that is the funniest thing I've heard today. Tome.
I am sorry and you're welcome.
Tome, to my knowledge. It's really funny you ask this because this is something I have a crisis over for him all the time because he gives me very conflicting information. Absolute uses he, him pronouns, may possibly sometimes use they pronouns. I know I sometimes refer to him as they, sometimes refers to himself as they. So currently though, when in doubt, he does prefer masculine he, him pronouns, but they will not upset him.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man? Question mark? Yeah, anyways, yeah, no, he is very skittish. I will be honest, if you had brought that up, he would have tried to run again.
Yeah, no, which is exactly why she did not say that, because just I'll just say most of what it is. I get the feeling he'll run away if I mention this part, so just, yeah.
Tome, though, like I said, relaxes once you don't bring it up. And seems to lose a bit of his annoyance with Azumi. And so he kind of, leans back on his heels a bit more. It wasn't the most pleasant of first meetings. I won't, bore you with that story. But, I did leave with his contact information, and he left mine, and it was a very informative business meeting.
Did I have Moria insight?
You can so insight that shit.
She's just looking at the way he sang all of that.
Yeah, that's a very funky. Yeah,
17.
no. Yeah, I'm gonna do deception because Tome is technically lying.
Oh boy.
Okay, Tome, please, for the sake of things, fail. I may give him disadvantage just because I'm saying this before, just because he's so flustered.
Oh, just barely.
There you go. I am the player. I get to decide.
Okay, cool.
You say that like you weren't just there to give Camille cinnamon rolls. Don't call him out, Gallery. He's not attached. Not at all.
Two-fledged.
No, he's not attached. I can flavor this though. I can flavor those 3 rolls. At first the lie seems pretty convincing. And then there's another sweat drop. And then more. And then more. And then more. And then more. The more you look at him, the more you realize that was a lie. You do not know how it was a lie, but you can tell it was a lie.
Boy. I think I'm not even going to make you roll insight. You can practically read the oh boy as Moria is looking at you.
Tome just sweat drops more.
She's looking straight through your bullshittery.
Tome internally, what's with all these stupid detectives and their stupid insight?
Moria used to have like a +5 to insight. Then she got just as confident in Azumi and Camille, which means she got better at her insight as a result, like Harata.
Mm-hmm. Because they have disgusting little modifiers.
Though you are getting a bit quiet.
1 second. 1 second. Let me. Sorry. 1 second.
No worries.
1 second. 1 second. Give me a second.
I will say though.
Sorry, I'm back. Someone walked in, so there was background noise, and I have a muffler in my mic to help with most of the background noise because there's like an event in the room. But sometimes when people walk in, my voice gets muffled with theirs, and so it cuts me out as well. We're back though, because the people left.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
No, so yeah, no, there's a lot of bullshit.
I will say you can just kind of see Moria looking at you, eyebrow raised.
You really think I'm falling for this bullshit? You
Yeah.
really think I'm falling for this bullshit?
Yeah. She doesn't say anything for a moment, but like she does then pull out from her coat like, yeah, Izumi did pass over your business card to me actually, and like she'll pull it out, show it briefly before she stows it back away into the coat.
Tome is going to let out a long sigh, starting to realize he's kind of starting to get caught, and reach into his hammer space twice and pull out 2 identical business cards of yours. I was told about you as well.
Okay, yeah, figured.
First by Camille and then by Izumi.
Well, they tend to have reasons for that. Is everything alright? Like, there's a pause and... So I know you're looking into Mistage. Do you think the aberration cases have anything connected to that? She is here, essentially she's just asking, like, okay, so they gave you my information for a reason. What's up?
Okay, let's roll a deception. That's a one. There it is. When you ask if he needs help, he can sense it. He can sense the knowing, and he just starts. You see him lose a smidge of color, and he goes, no, yes, it's the aberration cases can help with mistids. Yeah, well, you see, nothing personal for me, not like a personal case or anything. No. You see, well,
that is definitely a lie, but Moria doesn't say anything. She just raises her eyebrow, and there's like a pause, and look. I'm anyway out here to buy some food for myself and for Azumi and Camille while we're at the hospital. So do you want to come along with me while I walk to the restaurant?
Sure. Oh boy. I know what Tome would want. I know what Tome would say. This could make it angsty because Tome doesn't know about the current situation.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I genuinely speaking, I don't mind. So.
Tome goes. I haven't heard an update on them in a while. Not since I last visited.
How long ago was it? Do you know about the case where Camille was kidnapped for a bit?
Tome kind of winces and goes, yes, no, that was how I found out he was in the hospital. Gives a small laugh. Yeah. Came running, brought some cinnamon rolls. The kid really likes cinnamon rolls. They might actually be getting low on those. I might send you back with some for them. I recently bought some to bring them. But
you do actually earn a smile of this, so like, so you're one of the people who are giving them food. Thank you.
It's not a lot, but I figured I personally haven't spent too much time in a hospital, but I know that I've heard the food can be questionable at best sometimes, even at Toon hospitals.
So number one, you get like the vague sense of Moria raising an eyebrow because that was a lot of cinnamon rolls he saw there. But
No, he doesn't care, Your Honor. He doesn't care. He's not attached at all. He's not personally making sure they always have a sweet snack. No.
She doesn't say anything on that though, and
The funniest part is those all were from the those have just all been sent because he hasn't actually visited since that first FPS. Because haha, Tome would not handle the current Camille situation good at all.
boy,
Oh boy,
oh
indeed.
boy. Yeah, Moria actually would not say more on that either.
Thank goodness. You can tell though. I'm keeping that 27 inside. Tome is kind of concerned about Camille, but he, yeah, no, like he says, I haven't visited since then. It's been a while, but no. So I hope everything's going well. I hope Camille's recovering fast. And you actually see him smile just softly and goes, "The little detective. I almost missed him. Randomly showing up on crime scenes to insult me."
You do get a snortle from that, and just so it's been you alongside Izumi. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Well, thanks for looking out for him.
Oh, I've only visited him once. I've just been sending the rest. I don't go up there. You get a very nervous laugh out of him. Looking at that nat one on deception. Don't
You're
think I'm
actually
quite.
gonna get a pat.
Don't think I'm ready to talk to Zumi again, or go up there in general again.
Well, admittedly, right now, Camille really does just need a break. It's visitors are a bit limited at the moment.
Tome's inciting that. Because even if he won't admit it out loud, he is concerned about the kid. That's a 23.
Is that insight?
That's insight.
Oh yeah, no, more, so you asked how Camille is doing, and you get the sense that, like, he is recovering physically, but you can tell she is very much worried. Looks like, on the mental side of things may have gone downhill a bit, which is why visitors are a bit limited right now, because Moria and Izumi have kind of been running interference a bit so that Camille can actually recover.
Gosh. Okay. You see Tome kind of look at you a bit longer, and you can start to see the little detective side of him as he kind of looks over all the little things you do, and he picks up that there's something more there, and he kind of glances away for a second as he rubs his arm. Oh boy. I knew that event would have consequences on his mental health. He didn't listen to me. He said he was fine. He was wrong. Okay. No, I understand the less visitors. I'm glad I haven't visited then. He does not need my problems added to his. There's a pause as he kind of taps his fingers together for a second. If they need anything, just let me know. I want to help him.
I will. Thank you. It's, mind you, if you do want to send a message, I can tell it to him for you. There's a pause, and like, even if he might be fond of bullying you, at least that's the impression she's gotten, like, I'm sure he's fond of you.
Tome kind of blinks at that, and seems to be in a little disbelief at this suggestion, but he pauses it and then he goes, "Tell the kid I'll do my best to be safe until he's better."
Will do.
And he gives a solemn little nod as he kind of shoves his hands into his pockets. Anyways, sorry about that. Just wanted to know if he was doing better. Like I said, I haven't checked in a while, but at least he's recovering visibly. Anyways, so what were you thinking about getting them for food? And you can see this as an obvious topic change.
She'll take it. That's fair. And like, yeah, no, she has absolutely seen this, but is like, yeah, okay. And I was thinking of getting some soup. There was a nice restaurant, I think it was.
Soup.
It has pretty good soup, so I was thinking of getting some beef stew.
Tome nods and he goes, well, I will definitely follow you then because I seriously need to learn other places to eat here other than just coffee from the Painted Lady and cinnamon rolls. And he gives a snort.
You get yeah, no, there is also a snort, and I mean, I wander around town sometimes. If you want, I can show you where some places are.
I would gladly take those suggestions. And he gives that with a laugh.
Cool. It'll be a little tricky now while I'm staying at the hospital, but my time will be a lot more freed up after, so
take your time.
We can agree on when to wander town.
Tome kind of gives a laugh and he goes, no, take your time. Worst case, worse. I can always head back home for a little bit, get some other meals, and then come back next time I have a case here. Because I feel I should stop having cases here soon. Do you normally have this many cases, murder cases pop up? Is this like a normal thing for Billstown?
There's like a sign, you just hear the for some reason, Camille just has really weird luck. I do not know why. So my office only started getting so many murder cases ever since Camille joined. Normally I have your general cases around town, and all of the aberration cases have gotten funneled to me. So I'm generally in charge of those.
Tome gives a
Izumi
nod.
and Camille, Izumi and Camille have been helping a lot on that front too. Though we've gotten other cases, and murders just seem to be more of a thing now, apparently.
Tome kind of nods and he goes, well, if you ever need help on any of those cases, he gives a laugh. You already got my card. I specialize in murder cases, and that's what I've done from the past. He starts counting on his fingers, 25 years-ish.
There's a nod from Moria, like, okay, cool, thank you. Same for you. If you're gonna be around in the area, don't be afraid to hop on over.
Tome gives a nod. Also, if you want, you can take the 25 years and realize he does not, that for his age, that can be a possible insight to realize maybe he is older than actually. Moria deserves to know that she's not the only old detective.
Can I roll with advantage?
Yes. I'll take the 18. I'll take, or you can,
okay.
You can roll one more time for fun if you want.
Pardon?
You can. I saw you typing. I was like, you can roll one more time for fun if you want.
Okay, cool.
There you go. Yeah.
22. Better.
Yeah. You can tell he. As you look at him, you notice there are. It's not in how he looks. How he looks, he's obviously a toon who has kept up his line art and paintwork. You can faintly see his age, and like there's one scar on his cheek. The way his eyes are, the way he stands, he's an older toon actually. He's in his late 30s, early 40s, most likely, possibly double the age you originally thought.
That's cool.
You're not the only old detective anymore.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Moria catches that and is like, alright, cool.
I'm sorry, Moria deserved to know that she wasn't alone with children. She deserved to not have to adopt another detective.
Thank you.
You don't have to adopt them all.
Are you sure about that? For all you know, I can give her another sibling.
Oh my god.
I think Moria deserves a third sibling.
Oh my god. I'm dying. Help. It's fine. It's fine.
It's cool.
I'm
It's
not
great.
dying.
um,
Yeah, no, so yeah, this phrase, I have been doing murder cases for 25 years, is not a false statement. You can tell he's literally been doing murder cases for 25 years.
That's fair. I'd say handshake Moria, but she's been doing it for like 30 years herself, so.
Yeah, Tome's not that old yet. We'll give him some time.
But
yeah. Look at that. It's networking, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Totally not.
We'll get.
Totally not friendship starting.
But with that, like, yeah, no, you're gonna get a thanks and the offer to, like, yeah, no, and like, in turn, you ever need help, feel free to come over. Like, so there's a pause, and it would be nice to get out more after dealing with that swamp paperwork.
Tome kind of shivers up and is like, oh, paperwork. Yeah. Luckily, you're a real kind, but still.
That did not save me until friend of mine, Crystal, she was nice enough to show me tricks on how to handle it.
Well,
so
those are all.
It's thankfully less of an issue now, but there's a sigh. You can tell she was stuck dealing with this for a while.
Tome just looks at you in the most pity. Like, oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I'm still reeling from like half of the jokes that have happened this FPS, and they just randomly make me laugh again.
You're valid. Just surprise.
Yeah. Surprise. Surprise. You're both old and you're both detectives and you both don't like paperwork. Also, you both think that Camille and Azumi need to be concerned for.
Honestly, they need a break.
They do.
So hey, start of a beautiful friendship.
Start of a beautiful...
Shoving my found family propaganda as well, don't worry about it.
Oh no, me taking Tome, who I never thought would be good for found family, has turned out to be very good for it, and taking your propaganda and chewing on it deliciously.
Great. But, honestly, do you think this is a good place to end? We can have it where these two run, like, they come over to, oh, it wasn't a restaurant, it's a soup store.
It's a soup store.
Selling fresh soup though, so Moria's taking it.
I'm good for if you're good. The only thing I could think of that could be brought up is Moria could call him out on his personal case, but he may scatter. I don't know yet. It'd be up to you.
I would need to double check. Did Moria find out about his personal case?
If you want to take a minute, Avi is online. You can see if they respond, or we can put it off till later.
Azumi found out about his personal case.
Because I know Azumi just knows that Tome has a case going on, does not know the exact details. Camille technically is the one who actually knows the details. Ironically. But Camille is currently out of commission, so we can put a pin in that.
Yeah, I do not think she actually knows about that bit. Then.
Yeah,
also, if she knew that if a person has a personal case, then okay, that's fair. She literally just met the guy. She's not gonna push into that. That would be rude.
It would be rude, wouldn't it? I look at two other detectives that Moria knows. I look at one of them in the gallery right now. I know how.
There is one detective here with manners.
Yes, and Tome is
It's
very grateful. The only other thing then would be the stuff I DM'd you before FPS, if any of that.
Honestly speaking, Tom already mentioned that he was doing the detective work for like 25 years, so she's
Okay.
like, oh yeah, like the only thing Tom might be able to notice, she didn't seem surprised at that.
I'm gonna do it
We
quickly.
can say it's actually why she had advantage on seeing that.
Yeah, we can say that. Would Tome
On
even
what
pick
his
that up?
actual age is.
Would Tome actually pick that up? Tome might pick that up. Tome would kind of raise an eyebrow, but he wouldn't technically question it because he doesn't want to cause a scene. Because I point out how many people have literally started a conversation by saying you're the missing guy. He kind of does not need another person to know of him as the detective who went missing.
Yeah, Moria knows all of it, but like the dude just
The dude's
standing
just
here,
vibing.
man. That
Don't.
rude.
I love Moria. Thank you, Moria, for letting Tome have an actual, decent, normal first meeting.
You're welcome.
Then, okay, in that case, then I say we are all good then. We are all good then.
Yeah. Friendship made. They
Friendship
are able
made.
to get some soup, and I'm imagining like Moria's like, well, I guess see you some other time, and she heads off back to the hospital, and
Tome
can
absolutely
continue on his way.
Tome absolutely sends her with more cinnamon rolls.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like he pulls out like a comedic amount actually from his hammer space. I won't roll that. And then he just somehow magically pours them all into one bag and just hands it.
You know what? Toon logic. Moria isn't
Yep,
gonna question
that
it.
is exactly what it
roll
is.
with
It is just Toon logic because I love Tome. He runs almost entirely on it.
Cool.
All right then. Okay.
Thank you very much for this FPS.
Thank
you
you
for everyone who has listened and will
Yes.
be listening in the future.
Bye, our lovely audience.
Bye-bye.
Bye.